Okay, I already told to you people what is interest. I think you studied this interest in your high school level. Okay, so regarding this interest, first of all, we see the what is interest. Okay, so interest is a charge. It is interest is a charge paid for the use of borrowed money. Suppose if you use the money of other people, if you use the money of other people for the use of money of the other people, you have to pay certain charges. Whatever charges you pay for the use of borrowed money, that charges is called as interest. It is a simple one. Okay, so interest is a charge paid for use of borrowed money. This is the first thing you have to remember regarding the interest. Then this interest is paid by the borrower to the lender of the money. This interest, second point you have to remember regarding the interest, that interest is paid by the borrower to the lender of the money. Means a person who use the money is called as borrower, and the person who give the money is called as lender. Therefore, it is the amount or it is the money or charge paid by the borrower to the lender of the money. Second point. Then next is this interest, whatever interest you pay, whatever the charges the borrower makes payment to the lender of the money, this interest is depending upon the following factors. The interest is always depending on the sum borrowed. The first factor which determine the amount of interest is the sum borrowed. Whatever amount borrowed by you people, the sum borrowed you have to consider. First point you have to take into consideration. And second point is the time for which it is borrowed. The time for which you borrowed the amount, that is the second factor you consider for calculation of the amount of interest. So interest is depending on the sum borrowed, and second is the time for which it is borrowed. And third factor is the rate of interest charged. The third factor is rate of interest charged. These are the three factors. On these three factors, the amount of interest is depending. The amount of interest is depending. Okay. So the sum borrowed is called as principal. Remember this. The sum borrowed is called as principal, and it is simply called as P. Principal is called as P. Sum borrowed is called as P. And the time for which it is borrowed is called as period. It is called as period. And it is called as N also. Small n. It called as N, number of years. And remember, the time for which it is borrowed is always shown in years, not in month, not in days, not in quarters, like that. Remember this point, while calculating the interest, you have to show the period in terms of year only. Once again, I am repeating, whenever you are going to calculate the interest is to be calculated taking into consideration of the period. That period should be in year, not in days, not in month, not in quarter, not in half year, like that. If the common problem is there. For that common problem, you remember always the time n is to be taken in the form of year only. Remember, principal is always the sum borrowed. There is no doubt. But the second point, the time for which it is borrowed. The time for which it is borrowed always expressed in form of year, in the form of year only, regarding simple interest. Okay. If you convert, you may convert into days and months also. But in common, this n, the period, time, must be expressed in year. If that is in the month, you convert in the year. If it is in quarters, you convert in the year. Remember this. Okay. The time for which it is borrowed is called as period. That period is expressed in the form of n, small n. And next is the rate of interest charged. The rate of interest is called as R, small r. So P means principal, N means the time for which it is borrowed, and R is rate of interest. And for this also you remember the rate of interest is always for rupees 100 for 1 year. Rate of interest is always, R means rate of interest. What it means? Rate of interest means it is the amount of interest on rupees 100 for 1 year. Rate of interest is nothing but it is the amount of interest. Rate of interest is nothing but it is the amount of interest on rupee 100 for 1 year. That is called as R. That is called as R. These are the 3 points you remember. One is principal, that is the sum borrowed. Second is the time for which it is borrowed is called as N, and you express always in terms of year. Always in terms of year. And the rate of interest charged. Rate of interest charged is nothing but amount of interest on rupees 100 for 1 year. Remember this. R indicates that it is the amount of interest on 100 principal, on 100 rupee principal for 1 year, not for month or quarter or days like that. It is always, rate of interest is always depending on 1 year. Remember this, rate of interest is always for 1 year. 1 year and 100 rupee principal. Okay, this is the 3 important points on which the interest is depending. The interest is depending. So the sum borrowed is always called as principal, and the time for which it is borrowed is called as N. And N you have to always take in the form of year. This is the point you have to remember while solving the problems. While solving the problems, you remember. If N is not given in the years, you convert that period into years. Then solve the problem. And next is rate of interest. If the rate of interest is always, the rate of interest is always for 1 year. Remember this. If they ask to calculate half year, you make it half, no problem. But it is always for 1 year. Clear? This is the point you remember. And interest is called as I. We simply call interest as I. I is the interest. So on the basis of principal, period and rate of interest, we calculate interest. We calculate interest. Okay. Then the sum returned by the borrower. The sum returned by the borrower along with interest is called as amount. What is amount? Amount is nothing but it is the sum returned by the borrower to the lender of the money. Lender of the money along with interest. So it is the principal plus interest. It is principal plus interest, that is called as amount. Okay. What is P? It is the amount borrowed. P is the amount borrowed. N is the time for which it is borrowed. R is the rate of interest per annum. Rate of interest per annum. Then interest. You calculate interest. Thereafter, what is amount? Amount is the sum returned by the borrower to the lender along with interest. That is called as A. That is called as A. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. This is the point you remember. Then come to the first type of interest. There are two types of interest, whatever I already told to you people. The first type of interest is simple interest. What is simple interest? Simple interest is the interest calculated on original principal. Simple interest is the interest calculated on the original sum borrowed or principal. Sum borrowed means principal. Suppose you calculate interest on the original principal for full term of the loan. For full term of the loan. For example, you have taken the loan for 5 years. Suppose you have taken the loan for 5 years, then the interest for 5 years is calculated on the original sum borrowed. Original sum borrowed, then that is called as simple interest. Simple interest. Therefore, simple interest is an interest calculated on the original principal for full term of the loan. For the full term of the loan is called simple interest. And the interest due at the end of each year is assumed to be paid regularly. Under simple interest method, we consider that every year end, at the end of every year, interest is paid to the lender of the money. At the end of every year, interest is paid to the lender of the money. Only principal balance is left with us, and we have to calculate interest on the principal only. On the basis of the principal. On the basis of principal that interest is already paid at the end of every year. Only principal balance is there with us. Therefore, we have to calculate interest on the original principal. This is called as simple interest. So once again, I would like to say that simple interest is an interest calculated on original principal for the full term of the loan. Okay, and it is depend on the principle that interest due at the end of each year is assumed to be paid regularly, so that only original principal remain to be repaid. Only original principal is balance and it is to be repaid. Therefore, this method is called as simple interest. Only thing you remember, in case of simple interest, interest is calculated on the original principal at the given rate of interest for the given period. For the given period. That is called as simple interest. Okay. Then already told, the simple interest depends upon the three factors. Simple interest depends upon the three factors. That is, one is principal, second is the rate, third is the period. Principal is denoted by P, rate is denoted by R, period is denoted by N. Okay. So, you tell me, suppose interest on 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of R rate of interest is equal to what? I'll ask one question to you people. Suppose 100 rupee is the principal. You take the 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of 10% interest. What is your interest? Let us consider rate is 10%. Rate of interest is 10%. You have taken the 100 rupee as in a loan. You have taken the 100 rupee as loan for 1 year at the rate of 10% rate of interest. What is the interest? Calculate and tell me. You on your audio and tell me. My question is, you have taken 100 rupee for 1 year and rate of interest for 1 year is 10%.
Rupees 10.
Yes. Anybody? On your mic and tell me.
$10.
10 rupee. Okay. If you take 100 rupee for 1 year at 10% rate of interest, 10 is the interest. Okay. Any doubt? If you take 100 rupee for 1 year at 10% rate of interest, 10% rate is 10%, your interest is 10.
ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಮೇನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕ
Suppose you take 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of 10% interest, your interest is 10. Suppose you take 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of 5%, what is your interest? You take 100 rupee for 1 year at 5% per annum interest. What is your interest?
5.
Huh?
Rupees 5.
Rupee 5. If rate of interest is 5, your interest is 5 rupee. If rate of interest is 10, your interest is 10 rupee. Suppose you take 100 rupee loan for 1 year at the rate of 20%. At the rate of 20%. What is your interest?
20.
20. Suppose you take a loan of rupees 100 for 1 year at the rate of 15%. What is your interest? What is your interest?
15.
15. Okay. If the rate of interest is 10%, your interest is 10. If the rate of interest is 5, your interest is 5. If your rate of interest is 15, your interest is rupees 5. Okay. Then last my question is, if the rate of interest is R, you have taken the 100 rupee loan for 1 year at R rate of interest, then what is your interest? Tell me.
R.
Huh? Okay, come on, tell me. What is your answer?
R.
R. Are you having doubt? I think you are having doubt while telling that R. I don't know R is correct or wrong. You are telling R, but you are having some doubt or confidence or confidently telling. Are you telling confidently your answer is R, or you are having doubts?
No, sir.
Huh? Come on, tell me. I asked 4 questions already. First question is, what is interest for at the rate of 10%? Second question I asked at the rate of 5%. Then third question I asked at the rate of 20%. And fourth question I asked at the rate of 15%. Then fifth question is If you take 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of R, what is the amount of interest? This is the fifth question. By asking 4 questions, I asked the fifth question, and you are having some doubts. Based on the first 4 questions, you have to answer the fifth question. What is your answer? Huh?
R only.
R only?
R.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
So your answer is R. Clear? Your answer is R. R is the amount of interest. Suppose you take 100 rupee for 1 year at the rate of R rate of interest. Your interest is R. Am I right? Then my second question is, suppose you take rupee 1. Suppose you take rupee 1 for 1 year at the rate of R rate of interest. Then what is your interest? Taking into the account of the first statement, you tell me the answer. You see the first statement and tell me the answer for the second statement.
R divided by 100.
R divided by 100. What is your name? May I know your name? No. For 100 rupee interest is R. For 1 rupee interest is R divided by 100. R divided by 100. Your answer is right. Okay. First statement, for 100 rupee, 1 year R rate, interest is R. Interest on 1 rupee for 1 year at the rate of R, interest is equal to R by 100. Okay. Come to the third statement. Interest on rupees 100. Interest on rupee 1. Interest on rupee 1 for n number of years at R rate of interest. What is the interest?
R into N divided by 100.
R into N divided by 100. Okay, very good. So, for 1 year, R by 100 is the interest. For 1 year, R by 100 is the interest. For n number of years, you multiply by n number of years, you will get the answer. Okay, very good. So, n R divided by 100. N R divided by 100. Then my fourth question is, interest on rupees P. Interest on rupee P for n number of years at R rate of interest. What is the amount of interest?
PNR divided by 100.
In the above equation, 1 rupee interest is there. Okay. In the above equation, 1 rupee interest is there. So 1 rupee, this is the interest. For P rupee, you multiply by P. Okay. Very good. PNR divided by 100. So your interest is PNR divided by 100. So simple interest equation is PNR divided by 100. Okay, any doubt? How to calculate interest? Interest is equal to PNR divided by 100. PNR divided by 100. Then next is amount. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. Okay. I already told. What is amount? Amount is nothing but it is the sum returned by the borrower to the lender along with interest. along with interest. That is called as amount. Therefore, amount is equal to P plus I. Okay. So P is P plus I. I is equal to PNR divided by 100. In place of I will take PNR by 100. PNR by 100. Okay, PNR by 100. So amount is equal to P plus PNR divided by 100. And if you simplify this, the first term is P, second term is PNR by 100. PNR by 100. In both these terms, first term and second term, P is common. P is common. Therefore, you take the P out. So amount is equal to P. You take the P common and write the remaining. In place of P, 1 remains. Therefore, in place of P, you write 1 plus NR divided by 100. This is the equation for amount. If you want to calculate amount directly, you apply this equation. Amount is equal to P plus P into 1 plus NR divided by 100. So from the above equation, you take the common P outside the bracket, and in the bracket you take 1. In place of P, you take 1, and if you take here also 1 NR. 1 NR is nothing but NR divided by 100. This is the equation for the calculation of amount. Calculation of amount. Okay. This is the simple interest equation and amount equation. You remember these two equations. This is the equation for principal. Interest. This is the interest equation. And this is the equation for the calculation of amount under simple interest. You remember these two equations. If you forget everything, no doubt, no problem. But at least you remember two equations. One is interest equation, second is amount equation. Interest is equal to PNR divided by 100. Amount is equal to P in the bracket 1 plus NR by 100. These two equations you remember regarding these two. Okay. This is the basic theory connected with the simple interest. So, amount minus principal is equal to interest. You remember this one equation. What is interest? Interest is equal to amount minus principal. Amount minus principal is equal to interest. This is the next point you remember. Okay. And only 3-minute time is there. I will take one simple example. You see this example. Find the simple interest and amount of rupees 1,400 at 3 integer 1/2% per annum in 18 months. In 18 months. Okay, this is the problem. They asked to calculate, find out the simple interest and also amount. Amount and interest they asked to calculate. First you calculate interest, then you calculate amount. And you take the required things properly. First you take the required things properly. First requirement is P. Your requirement is P. So principal in this problem is 1,400. You take principal 1,400. Second requirement is R, rate of interest. Rate of interest is 3 integer 1/2%. 3 integer 1/2% is nothing but 3.5% rate. And next N. N is 18 month. You see this problem very carefully. N is given in the form of month. Okay. In the form of month is there. Therefore, you divide by number of months in a year. 18 divided by 12. In a year, there are 12 months. So these months are to be converted into year. The 18 months are to be converted into year. So 18 months is nothing but 1.5 year. How to convert it? 18 divided by number of months in a year. 18 divided by 12. You take 18 divided by 12, your answer will be 1.5. Third point. So don't blindly go through the equation. So carefully take the required factors. Take the required factors carefully. Principal you take carefully. Then you take the rate of interest. N must be always in year. Always in year. 18 months is nothing but 1.5 months. 1.5 year. So I converted into year. 18 divided by 12. Then interest. You calculate interest. What is interest? Okay. This is the required thing you first note down. We know that interest is equal to, our equation is PNR divided by 100. PNR divided by 100. You fill the values. 1,400 is the principal. 1.5 is the N. 3.5 is the R. PNR divided by 100 is equal to 7,350 divided by 100. Okay, so I is equal to 73.50. I is equal to 73.50. Clear? This is the interest. Then if you want to calculate amount, you write the amount equation. Instead of equation, you write the simple form of equation. That is, amount is equal to P plus I. P plus I. P is 1,400. Principal is 1,400. I is 73.50. 73.50. So amount is equal to 1473.50. This is the simple answer. In this way, you have to calculate interest. Time is over. So